and southern Kentucky. This is WYNT Mountain News at 11.
Days after flooding hit eastern Kentucky, some people are still stranded as their homes are surrounded by water. Good evening, I'm Macy Marie. People living in the Confluence area are no strangers when it comes to flooding, but those living there and nearby tell me this year is worse than usual. I talked to a Leslie County teacher who says this is the first time she's been trapped by the high water. You cannot drive down Kentucky 257 as water is over most of the road. Many people living out this way in Leslie County are surrounded by water and stuck at home.
This is the highest that I've ever seen it, and I've lived down here all my life.
These conditions making it impossible for some to get to work.
I'm missing work. I teach special education, so I'm not only missing out on helping my students, but I have a great deal of paperwork that I'm getting behind on.
Tracy Lewis lives in Dry Hill. There's only one way getting in and out of her driveway.
I do not have a boat, but I will be purchasing one as soon as I get out.
Lewis says she's lived in the area her whole life. This is the first year she's stuck.
My mother and my husband are also having to miss work. They're having to take vacation days. I don't even know if we'll be able to go on vacation this summer.
The situation hard not only on her, but the entire family. Lewis says she misses work.
I hope to be back with them as soon as I can.
Ready to be away from the water and back in the classroom. County officials and volunteers were out delivering supplies by boat today and yesterday to those who are stranded.
Well, it's been a beautiful day here in the mountains and a dry day at that. You'll notice on Pinpoint Doppler, we're still looking at a clean sweep, and we'll see that continue as we head into the evening and into your Wednesday. You'll also notice a lot of those flood warnings have expired due to the waters now going below flood stage. Temperatures, they're a little bit chilly out there into the upper 30s to lower 40s. Some spots maybe into the mid 40s, but we're really going to see those temperatures drop into the upper 30s to lower 40s for all of eastern Kentucky as we head into the overnight hours. Really right around 40 for everyone. A few clouds, but calm conditions as we head into your Wednesday. The good news is even as we head into your Wednesday, we'll continue those warmer temperatures. Scattered rain chances will also return back to the forecast and the possibility for a wintry mix. We'll talk about all of that and more coming up in just a little bit in my full forecast. Macy.
All right, thank you, Paige. Definitely glad to see some sunshine today. Kentucky's price gouging hotline is now open. After the governor declares a state of emergency, retailers cannot raise prices on many essential goods, such as housing, fuel, and medical supplies, by more than 10%. If you suspect price gouging in your area, you can call the Attorney General's hotline that's on your screen at 888-432-9257 or email consumerprotection@ky.gov. In Leslie County, one woman is literally going the extra mile to get to work. Janice Huff takes a boat across the flooded area surrounding her home so that she can make it to her job at Hayden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Her husband, Ira Huff, takes her by boat every morning and picks her up every evening. When asked why she does it, she says it's because she cares about the people she works with.
Yes, the residents. They put a smile on my face. Yeah, they put a smile on my face.
They've seen flooding in the past, but this is the first year they've had a motor for the boat. They saw one at Walmart and figured it will be a lot easier than paddling. Part of Buckhorn State Park is underwater after this past weekend's flooding. Officials with the park say the water is around 832 feet above sea level, which is 50 feet higher than normal. A parking lot and playgrounds are underwater, but luckily the lodge and cabins are safe.
Everybody kept saying, yeah, I've seen it up to the net on the ball go in the parking lot. And that's kind of what we kept gauged it by, I guess. And then Saturday, it started coming up on the ball go. Sunday, the net was touching. And then by Sunday night, the ball go was disappeared.
As soon as the water lowers, officials say they will begin preparing for the summer season. The recent flooding hit hard in the Oil Springs Cultural Arts and Recreation Center also. It's also known as the Oscar Center, receiving a lot of flooding damage. The bottom floor received nearly 1 foot of water late Saturday night and into early Sunday morning. The rooms in the building are used to teach crafts, host artist galleries, photography studios, and more. Rebecca Clay says it's heartbreaking to see the building this way.
So when the floodwaters came and it was caked all over everything, it was just heartbreaking.
The Oscar building was built in 1950 and the church directly in front of it was built in 1893. Clay says thankfully the church did not receive any damage from the flood. The Oscar Center is a nonprofit organization. If you would like to donate, you can contact the Route 23 Cultural Heritage Network. That's at 866-217-5299. At least 5 people were injured in a house fire in Corbin this morning. Firefighters say around 8:30 this morning they responded to a call on Engineer Street about a house engulfed in flames. 5 people were injured and at least 2 were flown out, with others transported to hospitals for further treatment as well. We talked to 2 women who say they saw the smoke and came to help, where they saw kids with extensive injuries.
There was one little girl, she was burned up. I mean, she had 3rd-degree burns on her face, and you could see her skin pulling off. It was just melting off the little girl's face. She wasn't probably 9 years old.
Firefighters say at this point they do not know where the fire started or what caused it. Hazard Lions Club Montessori is closing Thursday, giving parents only 3 days notice to find another child care provider. Those who sent their kids to the Montessori say it was more than just a daycare to them. It was a head start for their children. Many learned subjects taught in kindergarten and elementary school at a much younger age. Parents are now frantically making calls before Friday arrives. The problem, most daycares in Perry County are full. One parent says closing its doors is creating a chain reaction.
You have a job, you take your kid there, and that's kind of the routine. Well, when that goes away, that offsets the job. That offsets where the parents have to be.
Lions Club President Cindy Francis apologized to parents for the inconvenience, but says food and utilities were just too expensive. She says the reason for short notice is simply needing to close at the end of the month. They hope to eventually sell the building to pay off a current mortgage. The 20th annual Big Sandy Women's Business Symposium welcomed many from across the region. The concept this year, She Leads. Multiple local businesses set up booths at the event, which helps emphasize the importance of women in business. Keynote speaker Kelly Swanson says this is a great networking tool and can give women an extra boost to see their full potential.
And to actually see the opportunities that they have to lead where they might not otherwise be looking for them.
Swanson talked about the power of strategic storytelling. The event kicked off at 8:30 with registration and exhibitor networking and ended with door prizes and remarks. This event usually takes place around this time every year. And coming up, the House votes to end the president's emergency declaration over the border. Still to come at 11, we'll take a look at the fight that's now expected in the Senate. And President Trump prepares to meet Kim Jong-un in Vietnam. The look ahead at their second high-stakes summit.
And warmer temperatures, scattered rain chances, and snow chances. That and more coming up in your full forecast in just a few minutes.